All right, what's going on, guys? This is the second student interview. We have Jake here. He is my second student to receive his first payout, um, working with me. So, Jake, can you kind of give us a overview on your full trading experience? And yeah, we'll kind of go over the entire process, what you did, how you did it, and what advice you have for other people. So, kind of start us off with your whole trading experience here.
Oh man, I started off trading XRP with like a $50 live account, and then kind of learned about futures, and then kind of going back and forth between different strategies, different YouTube videos. Wasn't really sure what I was doing at all. I got funded back in March, blew the account after like I was 4 days in, so 200 plus days, 1 day away from a payout with like 5 grand in my account. Ended up blowing it, so I was pretty upset. But then saw you on TikTok, reached out, we started getting at it. 4 weeks in, I got my first payout, so pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, bro, that's awesome. That's crazy. How long in total have you been trading futures for?
Probably 4 months, maybe four
4 months.
months since
Jeez.
like I bought my first eval,
No, that's sick,
maybe
bro.
3.5. I'm not sure.
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
I had been trading for 14 months by the time I got my first payout. So no, that's insane. You already 4 months in, got your first payout. How much was your first payout for? If you
It
if you
was
want to say, if you want to say.
I don't care, bro. It was 1,100 on two accounts, so it was 2,200.
Okay, that's fire, bro. There you go. So you got 2,200 on total for two accounts, and yeah, if we
Yeah.
had five, it would have been a $5,500 payout. So obviously, copy trading accounts, and we scaled to a point now where we're copy trading and trying to get max allocation on certain firms and stuff like that, and just continue to scale from there. What would you say your number one thing that you've kind of got, because obviously we're still in the beginning stages of your mentorship, bro. We've only been, working together for maybe 2 months, 1.5. So what would you say you're looking forward to as far as, the next steps? What are you kind of looking to do here?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, like at first, to like when we first started to like now was my psychology. I mean, that was like absolutely killing me. Because like I don't know if you remember, but like when I first like started with you, like I knew necessarily like the confluences, SMT, like all that stuff. So that wasn't really like our main focus. Our main focus was kind of like checking up. Like there's times where like mid trade I'd be texting you, yo, like if this happens, like is this a sign of rejection? Is this a sign to get out? We have SMT against my trade. Should I let it ride? That's like the biggest thing for me when it comes to the mentorship. It's kind of like that one on one, and like you're always good about answering your phone. So like I know if I text you, I get a response in like 5-10 minutes max. So that's my biggest thing. That like I always got some like those small questions, like those small tweaks when you're trading, it can make like the difference in the world. But going forward, I just gotta stay consistent, getting payouts, not blowing my accounts, not over leveraging when I shouldn't be. You giving me advice whether it's like how much I should be risking with my how much I should get a buffer for. Take a payout. Like I didn't want to take that first payout. I was like, no, 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 let's fill the buffer. And right now, I'd be punching the air if I didn't take that payout.
Dude, this
So
guy this guy was ready for his first payout, 2K, and he's like, "Nah, man, I want to push it and I want to get 3K or I want to get more. I don't feel like it's enough buffer." And I'm like, "Dude, like if you're eligible to take a payout, especially like it's not like you had like 100 or 200 bucks, bro. It was like that's a substantial payout for sure, especially 4 months into trading. Like I'm glad that you did take it, and I'm sure you are now too. After this week's price action
absolutely,
and
bro,
last week's too, bro. So terrible. But
I'm brutal.
yeah, dude. Accountability, 100%, like you said, is the biggest thing I think in any mentorship. I can give somebody a strategy that works, and I can give it to them, and I can tell them to go be robotic about it, and they could probably execute if they were, emotionless, right? And they could probably make money with it. But the reality is, most of mentorship is like accountability, and actually having somebody there to kind of, like you said, even in your trades, right? If you've texted me and you're feeling maybe okay, cool, I kind of wanna, let it run for longer, or I don't want to really be in this trade anymore. I'm feeling kind of nervous. Like I'm getting a little greedy. Like those things are good, even just for like you to like recognize in the moment and like have somebody to kind of go over it with too, because sometimes, right, obviously it's not always going to be the case, but sometimes I'm not in the same trade as you, right? So I have like a neutral perspective, and I'm not going to maybe be feeling those emotions as much so as you are, because I don't have anything, at risk. So 100%, I do really agree with that point too. um, I guess, what would you say is I know you obviously said like accountability, but what's been the number one thing that you would say has helped you the most within, the mentorship? Is it accountability? Is it, risk management, stuff like that? Like what would you say?
Um, I think so, because like honestly, like you make me report to you my trades. So like in the back of my mind, if I'm like, oh my God, like we got a Drake candle, it's dumping, let me get in the last leg. I'm like, fuck. I mean, sorry for the language going on YouTube, but I'm just like, dang, like if I do this, I gotta tell him that I did this. He's gonna yell at me. I'm gonna look like an idiot if it doesn't work out. So like that's like the thing. Okay, like second guessing myself is it's a good thing and it can be a bad thing. 'Cause, like my model presents itself, I know I'm confident in it, and I can tell the difference between like a trade that I'm confident in and a trade that I'm not. And if I'm not confident in it, I know like okay, I shouldn't be in this trade. This is a bad trade. Riley's gonna yell at me for this trade. So that's like my biggest thing. It's like I feel like a lot of people don't understand what a mentorship is really about because like they're like, oh, you can learn all this stuff for free, like on YouTube, like all the confluences. Like, yeah, that's true. Like, you really didn't have to teach me much about, fair value gaps and break a structure and stuff like that. Not what it's really about. It's really about like the small things that make like the biggest difference in trading. And it turns someone who's blowing accounts and blowing evals to someone who's actually getting payouts and consistently getting payouts.
No, for sure. And I think, yeah, you said it, right? Like all the information is out there on YouTube for free. You could go and become a profitable trader and do it, without a mentor, without a system, anything like that. Like you could find that and build it yourself through YouTube videos and webinars or live streams or whatever it may be, maybe a paid Discord or something like that. Like 100%, you could go and find those things out there for free or for very little cost, right? But the reality is what you're paying for is not the info. It's for the system and the step-by-step process to actually bring you through from step one. Like, let's say, obviously you're not a beginner, right? So I didn't have to teach you that basic stuff, right? But step one for you may have been, where's my risk management at? What's my model look like? And, step 1,000 or step 100, whatever it may be, is the payout, and then, scaling further from there. So, for anybody watching this right now, someone that maybe is looking for mentorship, or someone who doesn't know, someone who's unsure, or even someone who has never traded before, what would you say, just about getting started with mentorship? Not with me specifically, but just in general. And if you want to throw something in there, specifically about me, I'd obviously appreciate it, as well. But obviously, give your honest answer as far as like, should somebody start with mentorship? Is it worth it? Will it help them?
Yeah, I mean, I can give you a great example. Like, Xavier, the guy that I recommended to you. He didn't know anything about trading, like nothing. And like I told him, TJR videos, learn your confluences, hit up Riley, blah blah blah. I think the biggest thing for beginner traders like who don't know anything is yes, understand it is not easy. Like every trader has been through like the first 2 weeks of like, oh my God, this is so easy. Oh my God. That was me when I got my first one. Like, oh my God, I have 5 grand, like going to Miami. No, it is not easy. Like if I didn't have the mentorship, I would be in the same exact spot. Like learning and getting experience with the market is like the key thing. And then the mentorship. Oh, yo, my bad. Allergies are killing me,
You're
man.
good. You're good.
But the mentorship is like the cherry on top. That's when you're like, okay, I've invested money, I've invested all the time in the world learning about trading. Now it's time to take that next step and really like try to make some money off this because that's what it's about. I mean, I hate to say like it's not a career. You're here to make money, and the best way to make money is to keep yourself accountable, have a model that works, and have someone that you can rely on to hit up and be like, "Yo, I got a question on this or this. I did this. I effed up." That's like the biggest thing for new traders.
100%, bro. And even like a new trader, like you said, right? Like you also at the same time are paying for somebody who has market experience, right? Like I have 2.5 years or almost 2.5 years of market experience, right? So I've seen thousands and thousands of setups play out in real time. So same thing like that. Like I have, been through the trenches, right? I've seen a lot of things, right? So I'm able to kind of relay some of my own personal experiences, and maybe it's your first time or your first couple times seeing something, and I've seen it 100 or 200 times, right? So I just have that much more experience to where I can kind of share with you and help you develop it without you having to go through it yourself. You know what I mean? And kind of like fast track that process. So for sure, I agree.
Exactly. Well, one more thing. It's like you gotta understand that like you've been through it all. Like everything that right now I'm going through, you've been through it. Like I'll be honest, I blew a funded account earlier today, but it wasn't because I was breaking my rules or anything. Price action wasn't the best this week. I hate to blame price action, but it wasn't the best. I just went on a losing streak. That's just how it is sometimes. But you've been through everything. So like you know what you're talking about. You've blown accounts yourself. You've over leveraged. You've gambled it. You've failed evals, 100, probably a million of them. So like just having someone who's been through every step, then you're not like you don't feel like, oh my God, I'm such a failure. Like, oh my God, this account. That's the process of doing it. And you have someone who's actually done that stuff before.
No, exactly, bro. I've blown evals in every single way possible through risking the right way, through over risking, through getting emotional. Like I've blown evals and I've blown funded accounts in one trade, like for both. So I know exactly, every single way to blow a funded. And I will say, we talked about this earlier too. You blew your funded, right? But how did you blow it? You risked the same amount and you stuck to your model and you consistently took the same trades that over time will be profitable, right? That's the best possible way to blow a funded if you're going to blow one, right? And now, we have those two fundeds, like you said, that are now up to 1,500, and now we're ready to, move into next week. And obviously tomorrow's Friday, so, we'll be able to move into next week and hopefully get those two new fundeds and get them activated and be able to, scale to that next payout from there. So, rinse and repeat. That's how it is with these prop firms. Even if you do get an account and
Yeah.
get a payout, like you got to continue rinse and repeat. So,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
100%, bro. Um, do you have any closing thoughts, anything like that, um, that you would want to share with anybody?
I mean, kind of like when I first started, that was kind of like when I first started the mentorship, that was the beginning of everything because that's when I kind of like told myself, okay, I know I can do this. I've proven that I can do this. Now it's time to start like actually investing in myself. So I was like, I was probably for like 2 days. I was like, oh my gosh, should I not? I don't have the money for this. I took out a loan to get the money for it. But in the end, it was totally worth it. And I definitely recommend like take that next step. If you want to do this, if you know you can do this, like you literally have nothing to lose. Because again, I made my money back in 4 weeks, less than a month. I made my money back and paid for my evals that I've blown. Like before we started, I paid
Yeah,
for everything with that one payout. So
you took that risk, bro, and it paid off for you. And now you have what? Another
but yeah,
4 months, 4.5 months to continue to stack it even more so. So,
for
it's
free.
only up from here, bro. It's only up from here.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, bro. Do you want to shout out any of your socials, anything like that? I don't have
nah,
very
man.
many subscribers right now, but maybe one day this video will have hundreds of thousands of views. Who knows?
Hey guys, yo, go to my Instagram, buy my course. Discord's in the bio.
Yes, sir. Jake course coming soon. That's the next step.
Maybe in 2026.
All right. Well,
2026 course.
hey, let's go. Let's run it. But yeah, that's all I have for right now. If you guys watch the whole thing, leave a comment, and yeah, tell Jake how cute he is in the comments, guys.
Oh
All right.
yeah.
Peace out.